Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right. Something happened in my mindset that I'm getting a little bit concerned about. To understand what my current mindset, we got to go back in time a little bit. I was working on my PhD when gold, silver, platinum, palladium, all the prices crashed during what we now call the global financial crisis. I bought a lot of silver at the time, 8, 9, $10. I bought until it was like 12, $13, and then I was very disappointed that the opportunity was over. I wasn't making a whole lot of money at the time, right? It's not like I could just plow a lot of. Nowadays, I often have some cash reserves. I see an opportunity like that, I plow a lot into it. At the time, it was more like dollar cost averaging into it, right? And I was very upset that the opportunity was over. I remember people were laughing at me when I was buying at 8, $9. I had a friend teach me a little bit of an idiom. He said I was catching a falling knife, and you got to understand, if you're not buying gold or silver because you're nervous about the price, what you're really doing is buying dollars with whatever you're doing at the moment in time, right? So that's something that I've learned to see for what it is. Now, a few years after that, we had the Eurozone crisis, and silver corrected back from $20 an ounce to I think 15. And it was only there for a short while, and I took advantage of that too. And then we had the U.S. debt crisis in 2011, and silver quickly shot up to 50. And I thought my opportunity to buy was over. We had the strong dollar at the end of Obama's term. Silver was back to $15, and it stayed there for a number of years that time, up until the beginning of the pandemic, I want to say. At the beginning of the pandemic, it actually took another plunge. I bought two 1,000 ounce silver bars during that 5 year span. And then obviously, COVID inflation hit and all that, and everything went back to the moon. Silver was back to 30, gold was up to I think 2,500. Platinum and palladium stayed behind for something. I did get a couple more opportunities to buy platinum, and then we had Biden raising rates, and then silver corrected. The thing I wanted to get to was I used to love buying the dips. Earlier today, I saw gold correct back to 3,900 something, and I didn't have that same kind of excitement anymore. And to understand why, lately, having those precious metals has become a little bit of a security blanket. Let's face it, life doesn't always go right. Workplace dynamics don't always go right. Relationships don't go right. But when they go wrong, and I have over $1 million worth of precious metals and other investments, they go wrong in a very different way. They go wrong in the sense that, I didn't find the right one, right? And so, but when they go wrong and I don't have that security blanket, it's a very different story. A month ago, I was at what I would say is at least the first step in a dream job, or maybe not the dream job. And I ran into a little bit of drama. I teach at a tutoring center, and one of my students had brought in some food that I'm allergic to, and I had to bring that up. She's a fifth grader. Thank God she loves her studies. You got a kid in there who's only there because their parents keep them prisoner there, and you bring out food allergies. Oh, thank God! Now I got a license to get out of tutoring. I'm going to bring even more food next time, right? I've run into that before. It never turns well because, after all, the kid and their parents, they're the ones paying my boss's mortgage and all of his business expenses, right? It never goes well, even if I'm in the right. Right? There's a very big difference between being in the right and being in the right and also having resources to defend it. Right? At the time, I didn't have that second part of the equation. Right? And so for the first time in my lifetime, I'm not really seeing this as a dip anymore. Although, if it gets wonky enough, I'll definitely take advantage of it. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.